And thanks for choosing the news to be informed in Africa and the world. We open today's edition in health, where the 10th Ebola outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo has been declared over. The long, complex and difficult outbreak has been overcome due to the leadership and commitment of the government, supported by the WHO, multiple donors and above all, the efforts of the communities affected by the virus. The DRC Ministry of Health, the WHO and the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, announced the end of the Ebola virus disease as Thursday marked 2 incubation periods since the last survivor in the eastern part of the country was tested negative for the virus. While calling on the population to maintain proper hygiene, it allows the country to focus on other outbreak challenges to be met, like the new coronavirus and perhaps measles. CDC remains committed to supporting the Ministry of Health, strengthening their surveillance, infection and control and survivor support programs. The government of Gambia said yesterday that Gambia's renowned Justice Minister Abubakar Tambadou will step down as Minister and Attorney General effective from June 30. For an unexpected job at the United Nations. Appointed in 2017, Tambadou was instrumental in setting up the Gambia's Truth, Reconciliation and Reparation Commission, designed to investigate abuses committed under the country's former dictator Yahya Jammeh. He will be remembered for leading the Gambia in guaranteeing the protection of the rights of Rohingya Muslims before the International Court of Justice. President Adama Barrow's office released in a statement praising the attorney's patriotic and selfless service as Justice Minister and for helping restore the Gambia's international image. He will be replaced by Dawuda Jallo, a barrister to Justice Minister and Attorney General from July. In Angola, concerning the Luanda leaks, the Attorney General's office has admitted the possibility of moving in coordination with Portuguese judicial entities to issue an arrest warrant against businesswoman Isabel dos Santos, investigated for money laundering. The magistrate, on the sidelines of a meeting of prosecutors with the Central Executive Services of the Angolan Ministry of Interior, did not advance a time horizon for the execution of the arrest warrant, referring only that the possibility is part of the process in course. Daughter of former Angolan President José Eduardo dos Santos, Isabel, 47, is suspected by the justice system and the Angolan authorities of embezzling public funds estimated at $5 billion. In January, the International Investigative Journalism Consortium also revealed more than 715 files under the Luanda leaks, which detailed alleged financial schemes by Isabel and her husband, which would have allowed them to withdraw money from the Angolan public purse through tax havens. Out of the African continent, the U.S. House of Representatives has passed a sweeping police reform bill that currently has little prospect of becoming law amid partisan gridlock. The legislation seeks to ban neck holes of the kind that killed George Floyd and would lift legal obstacles that shield police from lawsuit. It will equally authorize $2.5 billion for independent investigations of police abuse and open avenues for replacing some police in communities with social workers. The Democratic Control Chamber voted 236 to 181 for the measure, mainly along party lines, but U.S. President Donald Trump has threatened to veto the measure. His fellow Republicans in the Senate are proposing their own less far-reaching bill. On Wednesday, Senate Democrats denied Republicans the vote needed to open floor debate on their legislation. Neither bill would defund the police and divert the spending to other community services as called for by Black Lives Matter activists. Turkey was the main topic on agenda as the EU's foreign policy chief Joseph Borrell arrived in Cyprus for talks. Tensions have been increasing in the eastern Mediterranean since last year because of differences over competing efforts to drill for gas. The Cypriot government is accusing Turkey of drilling and conducting surveys in waters south of the island that are within its executive right, but Turkey says that position ignores the claim of Turkish Cypriots to the island energy resources. It has sent its navy to protect its drill ships. Borrell's visit to Nicosia the day after a trip to Greece comes as the EU considers its policy on Turkey, which is officially still a candidate for EU membership. And let us end today in Spain, where it has approved Economy Minister Nadia Calvino to head the influential Eurogroup of 19 Eurozone finance ministers, the government said, as Brussels officials tipped her to secure the job. Calvino, a technocrat who is also a deputy prime minister in Spain's minority left-wing coalition, will face stiff competition from centre-right Irish finance minister Pascal Donohoe. Luxembourg's finance minister Pierre Gramegna is the latest to show interest in the role. Calvino will become the first woman to the Eurogroup. The post is vacant after Portuguese chairman Mario Centeno said he will not seek a second 2.5-year term. The new Eurogroup chair will play a major role in designing the EU's policy for economic recovery after the coronavirus crisis. That said, thanks for watching and stay tuned until we come your way again tomorrow. Do have a blessed night.